I live in a mobile home, and it's weird what people in different parts of the country think. I had someone ask me if my home has a steering wheel.
Non-apologetic
Nonsense.
Big news for me, I just bought brand new heat pump, air conditioner, heater, everything. Inside unit, outside unit. Ba-bam!
Hot damn.
We
could feel it.
Nobody's going to know this, but yeah, like every time we're in here with these lights on, my old air conditioning, if it's like 80 outside, it's like 88 in here.
Yeah.
You know, it's insane. For the first time in my life, I've never even had a vehicle with good air conditioner. So I found a good deal on it. I paid like $800 for the install, got it done. And then like 3 days later, I woke up sweating through my socks, you know. Air conditioning failed, brand new. So this is like a 99-degree day, you know, heat indices of like 108. So I'm calling the AC guy, and they're obviously like, well, we can't get to you today. So I was without AC for a few days. I had to take Shadow, my dog.
Hottest days of the week, too.
Yeah, like next door to where he could hang out down there. And then I would have to like take breaks to just hop in the pickup and try to cool down. Sleeping was the worst though, because the house is still hot from the day, you know? And I got all the fans in the world on me. But yeah, it was just like changing the sheets twice a night. And not just because I pee myself. You know what I mean? Like it was crazy. But
you're used to that.
It's back up. It's running. It's gunning. It's doing its damn dizzle, you know? What's funny, though, is it got me thinking. I was talking to people, and it's what they think. You know, I live in a mobile home. It's what they think mobile homes are. Because, you know, around here, we got them everywhere. Right. But I was talking to someone from New York State, not New York City, and they asked me about the steering wheel. So I guess I don't know if they don't allow them there, but I think they think of like...
I think they don't know the difference between a mobile home and a motor home.
Yeah, like they think it's an RV.
Two different things.
And they also think it's teeny tiny. They're like, well, how do you live in those da-da-da, you know?
Very comfortably.
Yeah, my home is 1,500 square foot. I got 4 bedrooms, 2 bath, open floor plan, like chum on. I'll see on like Facebook Marketplace when people are selling mobiles. And it's always like 20 comments of people like, I wouldn't pay $5 for that. Who would ever pay for a mobile home? And sometimes they're garbage, but like, even if they're nice ones, you know? And I think people don't understand that, you know, because I've had people look down on me for it, but it's like, you're renting. So even if your living space is nicer than mine, you are a guest in another man's home. You're paying for the privilege to lay your head in another man's place. It's not the same thing. I own my home, my land, my brand new air conditioner, my studio where we're at. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm kicking ass because I didn't go and get a $200,000 bank loan for a home. You know what I mean? I went and got a $40,000 bank loan, ripped down all the trees, brought a mobile in, set it up. But I'm not delusional. I don't think this one was severely used. I don't think this one's going to last my entire life. I think at some point it is going to have to get out of here. And then we're going to have to bring in like a double wide or something. And then really, you know, white trash beautiful in here. You know what I mean? But yeah, so got the new AC. AC died. Got it fixed. And then, yeah, we're just smooth selling now, you know. My dog isn't dying anymore. Like,
yeah, no, he's not.
It is good stuff. But you were absent last week. Actually, it was due to the heat. I didn't want to have you out, you know. So I made an episode talking about the people bitching about Elden Ring, you know.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, all them fucking puss bags.
Speaking of Elden Ring, it's
mislabeled. Go ahead.
I think it's a fucking great game.
You're not having the, it's so difficult, I just can't play it.
No, I mean, yeah, it's fucking difficult. It's from Software Souls game. Like,
you've played everything though. Do you even think it's any different difficulty wise than any other of the Soul series?
No.
Neither do I. It just
There's not much of a difficulty in the game's a difference, except for fucking Sekiro. That game.
Sekiro?
Yeah.
Sekiro. Yeah,
that game was ridiculous.
It's the only one I didn't make it through.
Me, I haven't made it through it either.
It is
I've tried
funny.
multiple times. I couldn't even get past like the first area.
Like people have been commenting, on the video about Elden Ring because I clickbaited it and I was like, Elden Ring players forgot how to get good.
Get good.
Yeah, it's funny. It's the people will bitch about everything. Frame rate drops, hitboxes not being right, difficulty spikes. Like they'll complain about everything except their lack of ability to play a freaking video game. I've already beat it and I'm enjoying the hell out of it even now, just going in, being summoned in to help people with bosses, killing all the well, right now the dragons are killing me, but that's here nor there. How many hours are you in on it?
I can't tell because
it carries.
And because according to the game, to full play, it's like 200 hours.
I think... Honestly, I think to beat it, going through and, exploring every inch of it, I think I had like 50, 60 hours in on it.
And saying that's a good amount of time for
DLC.
Yeah.
DLC,
I mean, that wouldn't be too bad for a standard game either. 50, 60 hours. That's, a lot of games come out and they're only like,
yeah,
you get 12 hours out of it.
That's great. But what sucks is just like I thought, I became obsessive. You know what I mean? And like, I would do my responsibilities. I'd go to work, then I'd do my eBaying, and then it was just Elden Ring until I went to bed, There was even one day I got up before work and just jammed out for a couple hours,
Woke up early for this shit.
Oh, yeah, it is awesome. And now I got the itch, so I want to go back through and replay like Dark Souls 3 or something. Oh, I've been watching a podcast that made me think of you, that you'd like it. It's the Undertaker's podcast.
Yeah.
Oh, you're familiar with it? 6 Feet Under or something? Yeah, he goes in, he talks about like the character, how it was developed, goes through individual matches, and like a play-by-play of what was really going on behind the scenes.
Yeah, I watched one or a clip of it the other day. They were talking about Vince McMahon bought WCW and all those wrestlers were coming over and they had the war.
He owned WCW?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
He announced it on like fucking Raw. It's like, yeah, I own this shit. And,
does WCW still around?
No.
Oh, so he is the only player in the game.
Yeah, there's another one called AEW, that's kind of started up by, I think, Cody Rhodes, and they're making a name for themselves. They're getting up, but still, no, WWE is
I'm not familiar with any of the new boys.
Yeah. He's talking about, there was a wrestler, Conan.
Conan?
He came from WCW. And there's one point, Undertaker is when he was doing the American Badass gimmick. Just the chair shot he gave was insane. Well, word got back that Undertaker did it because the dude was gay. And then so Undertaker's talking, he's like, no, we didn't even know that guy was gay. I hit everybody the same way.
Yeah, gay or straight, I'm beat the hell out of you.
Nothing special, yeah. But then he's going on, it's like back then, at that time, we weren't informed or whatnot about how the concussions and shit works and how we're just knocking each other fucking stupid.
He seems like, Undertaker seems like a genuinely just like good, wholesome fella, who's destroyed his body. Did you see one where he was talking about Tony Hinchcliffe from Kill Tony was on it? And they were showing where Undertaker gave one of the first tombstones and absolutely dropped the guy on his neck and just destroyed him, like for real.
Coco Beware.
It was, yeah.
Survivor Series 1991.
Yeah, and I guess afterwards, the guy came up to Undertaker and was like, hey, this is nonsense. You're supposed to protect me. You're supposed to... And Undertaker's like, well, if you really got a problem, we can just step outside. And Tony Hinchcliffe was like, okay, so let me get this straight. You dropped the guy on his neck, severely hurt him, and then you're going to whoop his ass? And they talk about, I guess he started taking precautions and making sure the person was lifted fully up. So he did it to Hogan, and then Hogan like lied behind the scenes and said he got hurt.
Flair came in and put the chair in, and he tombstoned him on the chair, and Hogan's like, yeah, no, but you could play the angle, his head never touches that chair.
Yeah, and he's like, he didn't even talk shit on Hogan. He was just like, that's all I need to know about him as a man right there. Yeah. That's just, we are done with that.
Taker, too, he's like a amateur Golden Glove boxer or some shit. Like, he's
Oh, is
The
it?
rest of, yeah, he can like actually throw hands like
Yeah,
professionally.
watching that makes me want to get back into it, but I just think I see some of the new guys and they just seem kind of gimmicky and like it doesn't seem to have that edge of like Raw's War type, you know.
No, they're cutting away at that. Like Triple H runs shit now. Vince is gone, but they are moving Raw to Netflix, so it's going to be
Raw to
uncensored. They're getting rid
Netflix.
of the PG area.
Is Netflix doing live stuff or is it going to be
They're
pre-recorded and edited?
I
Because that
think
could
it's
make
doing
it
live.
worse. Okay.
Because I think they're trying to get into that. They're supposed to be hosting that Tyson Paul fight too. That's what it's on, is Netflix.
Say, I don't even have Netflix. I don't even have Hulu. Like, I don't have any of that stuff. Or maybe I do. Maybe I'm still paying for it, but like, I don't actively watch anything. I'm sure there's good stuff on it.
If you want a Peacock, I can give you my side in. If you want to watch some of the old school wrestling, they have every single pay-per-view.
You know, that would be for like nostalgia because like I can remember in junior high, you know, I couldn't ever afford the pay-per-views.
Yeah.
And they were like $30. So I would like print up flyers
Fucking 60 or 70
and
now.
give them around to people in school. And we would have these pay-per-view parties where everybody's parents threw in $5 and we could actually afford to watch them. So like I was the kid with like the DX chain, you know?
Yeah.
And like I didn't know what it meant, but I'm like, teacher would make me mad. I'd be like, Chucky.
2 words
like-
for you.
I remember being in the principal's office and they're like, and what exactly are they supposed to suck? And I'm like, it?
Yeah.
Yeah. I had never gotten a blowy at that point. I didn't realize what any of that stuff was. But yeah, I dilute myself where I'm like, I don't watch TV, you know, I don't need Netflix, I don't need anything. But then I'll sit down and go down like a 2-hour YouTube rabbit hole on like Dark Souls lore or something, you know. Like I fell asleep to the lore on the dragons in Elden Ring. It was like a 4-hour thing where it's like this guy, he's like, and then the dragons, they ascended the jagged peak, not knowing what awaited them. And like,
I had
it just
my
works.
last job, dude that ran in front of the office, like check drivers in when he had nothing to do with slow or whatnot. He'd sit there at the computer and he'd watch lore on all the like Radon and then all the major players in fucking Elden Ring and shit.
Yeah.
Or some other guy would be watching something the lore on like Lord of the Rings. Or
well, it also seems like people, I mean, I get it. You get stuff from item descriptions, but it seems like they're really making up shit and like linking things, you know?
yeah, like where does this lore come from? Like all I know is what the game has told me,
Which
and
is
half the time I
nothing.
don't pay attention.
Yeah, no, I'm
If I'm out there playing, like just exploring or battling, like I got a little TV on or tablet, got a show going for whatnot, and turn it off if I get a cutscene. Yeah,
Yeah, I
Shut
do
it
the
down.
same thing. I'll have like Sirius XM on, so I'll have like Stern or Jim and Sam
Yeah.
or maybe even Jason Ellis playing, and then anytime
I can't
there's
just sit there and listen to the shitty music and. Oh yeah.
yeah, anytime there's a cutscene, I'm fumbling trying to find my phone. Fucking pause,
Shut up.
because you get one cutscene every 18 hours
Right.
of play. That's like 30 seconds. But yeah, you got some stuff. You got some cutscenes in front of you that you're not even aware of yet.
Oh, I'm sure.
So you need to take your ass back to fucking Shadowkeep and explore around, or come in that back way like I was telling you, because there's a back door, and I think that's the only way to even get to the bottom levels. It's like a Zelda temple down there. So it's pretty good stuff. But I am happy as a boy could be about my air conditioner. First time in my life, I will not be sweating unless, of course, I go to work, because that shit is still outside. So we are dropping nerd bombs today. And I think that will wrap it up.
When I was with that skank.
Skank loving son of a bitch.
Non apologetic.
Nonsense.